Hello everyone and welcome to this new video in which we will be connecting our MetaTrader 5 account to Thor. That's right, MetaTrader 5 and MetaTrader 4 are now available on Thor. And to do that, you'll simply navigate to the connections list, then select Add a connection, and you'll find MetaTrader 5 and MetaTrader 4 readily available right here. Now, this video will cover MetaTrader 5, but it's also the right video for MetaTrader 4.
And why is that? It's because the entire connection process is identical between both platforms.
So I'll select MetaTrader 5, and I have three pieces of information to enter here. My login ID, my password, and my server. For this video, I'm going to use, a MetaTrader demo account. Specifically, this account right here.
So I just connect myself, and there I have the web platform. And simultaneously, I input the credentials I just presented to you right here into Thor, exactly as you would for any other broker, with no difference.
There, so for demo accounts, it's Metapod demo. However, your prop firm will certainly have a custom server. I'll then add it there. And for this video's demo, I'll also activate a prop firm, specifically an APEX account. So for this example, we'll do cross-asset trading between MetaTrader 5 and Rhythmic. So I'm going to save my user settings and I'll just wait a little bit for the connection process to establish itself. There, connected here and connected for MetaTrader. I can then go to my accounts list and then click add an account. And here I have my Apex accounts and my MetaTrader 5 demo account, which I will there set as leader for this example. And I set an Apex account as follower. One very important thing to mention is that, as you've seen, the symbol name here is Euro USD. And with Rhythmic specifically, I've got a Rhythmic account already connected for this video. The Eurodollar's name is 6EM6, the current contract. Therefore, you'll inevitably need to perform what's called a mapping. To create this mapping and align the symbols, simply go to the Edit Mapping tab, then scroll down to the specific symbol you wish to trade. Thus, if the symbol you wish to trade, for example a rather exotic symbol, a minor currency pair, etc., you will need to add a mapping and then input the symbol's name on the leader account, meaning on MetaTrader, and the symbol's name on the follower account, meaning on Rhythmic or on.
MetaTrader, why not? But what's crucial to remember is this. If the symbol you're trading isn't on this list, Thor won't copy it. This is very important. It must be here. The symbol must be present. Otherwise, it just won't work.
So I'll pick Euro USD. I'll check it. In this case, you can see that it's actually already done by default.
You see that my default mapping here was the correct one, as it turns out.
I have Euro USD here and 6EM6 on the right.
So I'll save this. One more thing to consider. Look at the trade I've made. Yes, I saved it.
There, done. Look at the trade I made right here. The quantity was 100, which is extremely important. Why? Because we're using contracts for futures, not lots. So 100 lots on CFDs, you'd want that to be a single contract on futures, not 100, because that would truly be insane. So you won't leave it as one here. Otherwise, Thor will attempt to place 100 mini contracts on your Rhythmic account.
So you will once again go here to edit and then multiply by 0.01. Why? Because 100 CFD lots become one futures contract, which is our aim.
So I'll set it to 0.01, CFD, save. And now I'm going to, do a little split screen. Alright, so here we are, back with my Rhythmic platform.
So this is indeed my Rhythmic account on the right and my MetaTrader 5 on the left. So everything is configured and it seems all I have left to do is place a trade on MetaTrader, which I'm about to do.
I'm simply going to buy. And as you can see, Almost instantly afterward, my trade was replicated on the futures using the 6EM6 symbol. And from here, you let the trade run its course on MT4. And when you no longer want it, when you finished making your trade, you will simply click the X button and the trade will close.
One very important thing to mention, finally, is that since we're on CFD and copying to futures, there is no concept of hedging.
What is this concept of hedging? You probably already know, but if I place a buy order here, it's obviously a buy. But if, on the other hand, I then follow it with a sell, what will inevitably happen is that I've made a purchase and then I've made a sale.
So for futures, I'm at 0. I did +1 -1 equals 0.
But with CFDs, there's this concept of hedging. And here you can see I'm in a buy and a sell at the same time.
So I have two positions, whereas on the futures, I obviously have none.
And then, quite logically, what will happen if I decide to close this buying position? To close a buy, what do I have to do? A sell. So here, since I'm neutral in futures, I'm going to end up with a short of one contract. There. And I do end up with a short of one contract, simply because there's no hedging concept in futures.
And in the same way, if I close this sell position, I'll be buying. And so I'll be buying against a short position in futures.
So I'll end up with a neutral position. Okay, so let's do that right now.
And there, you see that instantly I'm neutral again. One thing to say, something very, very important, is that to close your position, if you're copying from CFD to futures, you must do it using the X button right here.
In all platforms, you'll eventually have a list of positions with an X button somewhere, whether it's MT5, MT4, or a custom broker. You'll always have this button. You have to use this button to close the position, otherwise you're going to run into problems.
Or, of course, the classic stop loss and take profit.
There, it works perfectly. So I'll just close my position. So that's it for this example. Now, on Thor, it works exactly like with other brokers, meaning you can obviously go from MetaTrader to MetaTrader, or from MetaTrader to, say, CTrader, or from MetaTrader to DXFeed, to Trade08, to DXTrade, and so on. And the final thing to point out is that, naturally, if you were to go into the journaling tool, you'll be able to confirm that your MetaTrader trades have been indeed correctly synchronized right here. So there's a real-time synchronization for all your trades from MetaTrader, specifically from MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, directly onto Saga. And from there, you can obviously log your trades and so on. You can assign your setups and configurations exactly like you would with any of the other vendors.
So there you have it. I really hope this video was useful to you. It's truly a great opportunity to have integrated MetaTrader, especially knowing it's the most used broker globally.
So, using it with Thor at no extra cost with unlimited connections and accounts is a great opportunity. Thanks for listening. See you in the next one.